So I just came, hey buddy, what you doing? Came right to me when I whistled. Hey you, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Who's my good boy? Who's my good boy? Good boy. Guys, he's like 2 feet away from me. Good boy. You are the most beautiful bird I've ever seen. You are the most beautiful bird I've ever seen. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. But you guys want to talk about brains? Hey, it's a bird that's never talked about. Come on, let me get you your food. Let me get you your food. He must think I'm one of them. It's okay. It's okay. Good boy. How cute he is. Let me get him some treats. Sorry if this isn't exact, but... Good boy! Alright, you guys, he took it right out of my hand. Oh, I forgot the camera was going. I'm like, good boy! Sorry, I'll leave that in, even it's boring. I found vanilla Oreos. Terry, it was a hidden one left over from when you sent me in my backpack, and oh my god, so I crushed one of them and threw him, which is right there. And then I handed him the whole Oreo. He came over, took it from my hand, and he's right there somewhere. Let's go see if we can find him. How cool is that? Now watch this. I was just about to show you this. So I come out of there. I told you the secret base is that way, right? Well, watch this. It doesn't get any better than that. Sorry, I had him fly on me. It doesn't get any better than that, guys. It's a place I've been waiting, way before I even knew about the UFOs in the base. All I have to do is walk in right there. Now I'm way up here, but it's not that bad. I think down here it's more like 9,000, something like that. I don't know, 93, right on the road, and it's not used. Where is he? There he is. Good boy. He's by himself, which is the weird thing. You guys, did you see how friendly he was? Look, I don't think, if you're not blown away by that, then you're not thinking, okay? You're not using your brain. Go figure. When you're in deep forest, animals, especially birds, don't fly and take Oreos out of people's hands, okay? I need you to think about it. This isn't your backyard in Connecticut, okay? Hey, buddy. Who's my best buddy? You are my best friend. I would kill my cat and take you home right now. Yep. I will kill her. Just kidding. I tell her that every day. I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. Here. He's flying back to get the other. Look. Darn it. Here. Here. This guy comes like a seagull. Come on. Good boy. He likes those Oreos. Oh, he got it. Oh, he likes the granola bars. Yay! Thanks to you, Terry. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I might have had something else on me, but stuff for the birds. I'm out of seeds, and I have a couple granola bars left and Oreos. I thought I killed them all, but I had a secret pocket of like 2 or 3. So I don't want to bore you to death. He's right here with me. He's going to eat that, and he's going to come right back. So you know what? I'm going to hang out by the sign and let him come back. Because what I want to do is get him. I want to see you. And then you'll understand maybe where I am and who I'm involved with and who he's used to being with and who's whistled to me in 300 videos. Well, sometimes it's Sasquatch, sometimes it's the birds. Do a quick zoom while I'm waiting. Or the remote viewing through him? No, because I don't think so. Because I mean, how do you really know? But because when they do that, they're up there and they just stare at you. This dude was my best friend. I've only once before have I encountered one that's like him. He's right in there. He's so happy. He has like it's a chocolate chip granola bar or peanut butter. He's so happy. Over and out. These piles of dirt.
I'm going to hang on the voiceover
Starting to get to me.
because I zoom in on one
really
in a minute, and it's not the first time over there.
My problem is, I can't. There is nothing else to it. There's just piles of dirt and no evidence besides that. Something's been in here. Probably elk or something. So I wanted to see if I can get over here. This is a very special place. It's almost impossible to get right here. It's not impossible, but it's just what you have to go through to get here. I'm sure they know I'm here, but I just want to see. Hold on. This is a place, it's actually not where I want to go, but it's over there where I want to go. I can't get to the zoom I want. There's a special place in there. Actually, that's part of it right there.
All right, so let's stop it there. Remember, this is probably a mile away through the air, so it's a pretty clear picture considering I'm a mile away. People want perfection. It's like, look, this is perfectly clear with our technology from a mile with a handheld camera that you can walk with. I'm going to zoom on him. I haven't done it yet. We'll do it as soon as I stop talking, and we'll just get a better look, but you'll notice it's the only structure. And I have filmed them here many times. And I got the alien with his arm sticking out. I think it was her. There was boobs and arm. You can see the whole body. It looked like an Indian headdress she was wearing. It was amazing. It was amazing. It should be in the Guinness Book of World Records, but I'm censored. I don't want it in there. I'm just saying, like, this is groundbreaking things. This is the most amazing thing on this earth. And people are just too brainwashed. They'd rather go play Nintendo, over and out. Now, keep in mind, if you're new, they're on their structure/system, okay? I'll never show you them without their learned, have-to-have geometry algebra system that creates this ability to help them hide.
I'm going to be able to zoom. Remember the circle square? Remember the alien sitting there with his arm out? It's amazing that you would think that would be like a world's record. You figured Oprah would be calling me, People are too dumb. That's an amazing thing. You show them the secrets of the earth and they don't understand. Well, you guys all do. But the rest of the world, just let them, you guys. Just let them be. That's what they're meant to be. That's what they're supposed to be. Just sheep. Just let them go. I don't care if they make $50 million a year. They're still just a common nobody. Just let them go do what they got to do. They'll never get it, Unfortunately, our world's full of, and that's why no one trusts anybody. Guys, it's so quiet. It's actually minus wind. There's no wind. Wait till you see this. It's kind of a coincidence that, Brandon, you just filmed this. I mean, is it a coincidence that Brandon just texted me that he found basically the same teepees yesterday? And then Callie just texted me me and Callie found the biggest teepees in the history of the world. And seriously, I have literally like 300, 400 world records. And not that I'm keeping track. And seriously, that was my morning. Just random teepee pictures for some reason. I get here, look what I find. This isn't the only one, you guys. It's way too quiet. Whoa. I like it too quiet. Because any noise at all. Any noise. Look at that, you guys. I'm not going to film. I'm not going to waste time today. I got to go really far. This is what I thought one day I'd find, like, huts. Like, I always kept them in, even though they might have been different, I always kept them within that human category. Like, it has to be something like what we do. You know, even if it's different, it's still within realm, and that's actually the secret. It's not. Look at that thing. There's one weird-looking tree. It's so quiet. Everything is there to back them up. Look. Everything. Look at this Bigfoot world. I know they're here. Right now. It's just too quiet. There's no wind either, which makes it even more quiet. It's one thing when it's windy because the whole forest talks. Oh my God. I've gotten 2 wood knocks. Look at the teepees, you guys. Look at that's a teepee structure. Okay, same thing I filmed you in Loveland when I found the world record teepees. Okay, I found them actually. I'm giving Callie credit. Bunch of noise. Look at this, you guys. Okay, don't forget, there's another hut, okay? Here's the crazy part. Do you see the log? It's an X, a giant freaking X. Can you guys hear that? I'm going to go over there in a second. Look at this. 2 rocks at the base. Giant X on the ground. The other side, look. Oh my God, it's a trident holding it up. Look, it's a trident. Look, so it has, these are exactly the same. Going in, and then, except this one has a trident over top of it. It even has a roof. Look at that. Ooh, someone's been sitting in here. I didn't even notice right away. Look how it's all packed down. Look at this. Holy amazingness. It looks peopleish. There is a cut or two around here, but it's not people. I think the cuts that I'm seeing is fire jumpers. Yeah, it's fire jumpers. I can always tell. Because that's only people that could be where I am, is a fire jumper. Give me a second. I even turned around. Look at they're doing these piles. Whoa. All right, so we got tons of noise going on. I don't know what it is, just a lot of noise, right? We'll get to that in a minute. Best Sasquatch highway ever. It's the best one ever found in the history of the world. I'll show you why. As always, they start with that. Okay, it's not the Sasquatch highway if you didn't get to the block first. I don't care what state you live in. Look how clean it is. They're taking, look, they even tell you they did it. Look at that bend it has on the end of it. All right, everything's on the ground. So any sticks that fall on this path, they put it right there. And it's in a line. That's amazing. I see that, but not like that. They keep that trail clear. Wow. So by the way, I'm in a new Bigfoot world. What do you think about that? Let's go film one. I've never seen a place that has trails like this does. Look at this. So what happens again? Here, the same thing, except it's like 20 or 30. Okay? And then look at the trail. It's not people, it's them. Like, I'm literally in the middle of their world. Look at this. I've never seen any place like this. I'm not kidding. I can't lie about that because you guys have seen them all too. Blatant. Squirrels and them and the others. They're both using the same. The squirrels are perfect for the others because if anyone shows up, they think it's a squirrel. But you get it? How simple you are? Not you, just how simple we think. Oh no, it's a squirrel. You know, it's like, no, it's not. They do it all like that, so you will think it is. Oh my goodness gracious. What is this colossal monster? You guys, I love this place. I don't know what it is. I haven't even seen it yet. I love the feeling of being here. I know you guys have got all the noise turned off for some reason. I think it's your magic that turns off the forest. You don't mean to, but when you're using it, it affects the whole forest, your infrasound. It's so they can talk, it's so they can do everything they want and you will not hear them. You see this? It's impossible. Same thing I show you everywhere. It's a giant bend that goes up that tree. Always follow those laners up and always look above them. Just in case. Be kind to your timestamp people. What the hell? This is big scale, man. This is scary big scale. Look at this. Okay, so that it all goes left and right. So look, right, left. Field goal. An impossible, giant field goal. It's even splitting those trees apart, which means they walk up this. I think. Someone does. Squirrel. That's what a squirrel does. We'll see what a squirrel does? That's what a squirrel does. He was sitting right there. Look at this place. This is freaking amazing. I'm not going to give you the play-by-play. I'm just going to show you. You can do your own play-by-play. I got good friend, one of my best buddies, I feel like he is, who's Neil. Neil's in his 80s. You know, he knows all the terms. He's like, oh yeah, nice leaner. You know what I mean? That's great. Who would have ever thought, you know, that even if no one ever finds out, like everyone, I don't want any recognition. But who would have thought, you know, that in my life I would have done something that at least a few people were understanding. And then not only that, but if you can understand it on the scale that I do, you'd realize that there is nothing else. This makes everything else in the world obsolete. There is nothing else once you know this. This is the secrets of the earth. There is nothing more important than this right now. So, you know, you might be a laughing stock. Oh, you believe in Bigfoot, but meanwhile, it's the opposite. You just happen to be, you didn't realize it, but you just happen to be interested in the most important subject in human history. That's what this is. I'm in the middle of some special spot right here. So you don't have to go anywhere. This is it. Look at this thing. There's a giant trident on the side of it. Okay, this all comes from that. This is touching it. It used to be all the way this way, but it broke. I don't know what that is. Incredible structure. Carlos, big shout out to Carlos in Puerto Rico. Carlos is my amigo. He helped me big time in the last month or so, and I just want to thank Carlos. You know, Carlos is always on Patreon for a little bit. He's like, Mark, I really want to help you extra with the camera and just help. And I was like, so thank you, Carlos. You know, it's poquito más easy to. Not that it's easy, but it's a little bit easier to get help from someone like from Carlos because I love Carlos and I genuinely do. Like, you know, I get video, like I told Carlos, I was like, the best video I've ever gotten in my life, Carlos and his family, the nicest looking family you've ever seen, on their special night together, get together and do it was either Christmas or New Year's, I forget. It was like this Happy New Year or Christmas or Merry Christmas song, and I just remember them being, doing it. I remember seeing them perfectly. Look at this. Not only that, it comes out here, and that was the best present I ever got. Like during their special time, somehow they're doing a video for me. Like, if I went to my family and like, guys, I'm going to do a video for someone I care about in Puerto Rico, they'd be like, they might do it. Like, they'll say hi, but to actually stand up and sing. I mean, that was a very special thing that I'll never take for granted. So I love Carlos. It's a little easier. So what I'm trying to say is it's a little easier to take help from someone you care about. It's not easy, but I know Carlos knows it. Carlos is like, Mark, you changed everything for me. This is nothing. Don't worry about it. And I was like, I know, but I always have that. It's some kind of weird complex I have. Look at this. I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I just want to be able to do this for you guys. I don't care about money. I do, but I don't want to. You know what I mean? What are the chances? Anyone that watched the tree with the cow and all that, and then the videos with Brandon, it's the same exact thing with the ears. They leave the two up for the ears. Totem pole. And there's nothing else in this entire forest burnt. That's literally 150 years old right there, at minimum, based on the trees that I'm seeing here. Maybe even more. That might even be older. See, they always move. They're there forever. It's petrified. Because I see trees that are at least 200 years old and there's no burning on them. And that thing was burnt to a crisp. So that's old fire. Damn, this whole place, man, that must have been a giant fire. I wonder if they even have, they don't even have that documented. You probably can't even look up a 200-year-old fire. Out here, at least. Sorry, my camera is just not making it. Longer than I thought today, though. Tell me that's not the most blatant custom trident ever. By the way, if you, I don't talk about it a lot, but if you ever see it, what they do is, if you ever see like that's called a clump. So if it's a clump, you ever see a clump tree, whatever word you have for it, you'll see they'll peel them. They did it right across the street from my house on the biggest tree that within 10 miles on my road. They did that too, and they always send one way, one the other way, and one the other way. Always. It's something they do. It's just it's one of 1,000 things I barely talk about, just because I don't want to add too much. Okay, where to go now? Where to go now? Look at this world, man. It's so different. See, by that totem pole, I gotta go with, these are exactly the same guys as the ones that meet Brandon. Remember the ones we found all the way at the top when we called each other over for the seats, remember? And we were like, no, you're coming over here. No, mine's better. I'm like, no, you have to come over here first. I gave in. And, they're the same ones. I mean, it's amazing that there's a trident right there on that structure. Now, here's the question. Why that? Why there? Why? Why does that have to be there? I mean, I'm not even talking about the structures in general, but just why does that one have to be there? You got to see how it goes out. So this whole forest, it's freaking, it's amazing. Blatant. Very happy to show you this forest, even though I'm not like visually blowing your mind. It's very pretty. And then watch that. See that leaner right there? Watch this. It's unbelievable. Right? It's in a trident. And then above the trident it's in is another trident. Literally, it has the three. It's just that the third one is leaning on the left. Look at that. Holy moly. Without getting too much into it anymore in the future, I just want to show you again, because this one's so blatant. Okay, you got your pile of pine cones, which, as far as I know, squirrels don't do. They hide. They eat them and then hide. They're not going to just make a pile for other squirrels to get. This is them. Do you know how you can tell? Because every single time, and every time I've ever shown you a pile of pine cones, it's always been in their area and on their structures, okay? That's how you know it's their pile, okay? There's no discussion. I'm not looking for opinions. I'm telling you in a factual way that they're the ones that make the piles of pine cones, okay? I found one now that was 7 or 8 feet tall. Remember that one we found? Actually, I got a bigger one, but me and Brandon found one that was like 5 or 6 feet tall and like 15 feet around. Look how unique this is. I can just tell the camera's way steadier with this camera. I mean, yeah, the picture. Sasquatch Highway. What did I tell you? They're going to cover it. Look at this structure. Look at this place. Wow. Wow, you guys, it is the doggy mans. They're big. That's why it's so quiet. They don't make any noise at all, to me. I'm not saying they haven't in the past, but like where I knew it was them. He's cool. They're cool. He just doesn't, I don't know what it is with them. They look like Bigfoot, basically. Except that their face isn't open. Only the people versions of them have open faces. Closed face is always more of a different type of being. Look at this. This is all right behind the teepees right there. Number 2 teepees right there. And then look what's behind it. I think people did that. It's like, well, perfect for you. That's what you probably should think. How about an X triangle? Have you ever filmed one of those, Brandon? It literally is an X triangle with another giant X triangle there. Daddy and Junior. Glyphs everywhere. Very happy with this. This place is freaking awesome. Here's their spot. Look at this. See, that's like shadows. You seeing that gray and black again? Whenever you see gray and black, it's them. Like it's those others. I haven't figured it out because there's so many. I don't know. I tend to focus only on that Dogman version of them. I don't really need to see the backwards legs. That's kind of weird, man. You know, like, I claim all these things like, oh, I'll be fine, but I don't know if seeing that would be, unless he's running over going, hi, like he's gay. He's like, his legs are backward. Like if he, in other words, I'm just teasing about being gay. But if he did it you know, like in an automatic where I could tell he's cool approach, then I'm fine. But if, you know, some sketchy thing with like backwards legs is stalking me, it's a little weird. All right, watch this. This means something. This isn't your everyday X. Watch this. Look at the ground. See how it's all twisted together, right? That's holding it so it can be exactly where they need it. And then watch this. Look at that funk. That is the Funk X. Look at it. It bends, you guys. Both sides bend and twist. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. Okay, let's go this way. I told you, you'd never want to hear me sing. There's something interesting about these guys. You can see he walks over here too. This is it. This is where, as far as a human's going to find, this is his spot. This is where he is all the time. Let me show you. It's amazing. So he does walk back through here, but not nearly as much. Look at the old X. The old part is like still in the ground. I mean, it's in the ground. It's so old. Look here. So then you got your bend next to the seat, right? And then here's your seat. It's rounder than it looks on the camera. There's a seat. And then from the seat, it goes to another seat. And it's just constant back and forth right here. There's a walkway to the other seat. Here's the main one. You can even see there's piles of dirt on the side, mulch. And then it walks out. Here's what he sees every day. Here's what he uses every single day. And I don't know what they do from here. I can only figure out for sure where they are always. Look at the X behind. And this is where he is always, right here. Including right this second. I just can't see him. because he's using technology. Remember, you're a little spring chicken, okay? You were just born. Literally yesterday. So next time someone's asked you if you were born yesterday, you say, absolutely. We all were. Lose the egos, because you have no right to have one about anything, okay? When you find out what this earth is and who you really are, you're gonna feel awfully stupid. Those two teepees are pretty cool. Look at this. Teepee structure. Top two are touching. Triangle. This is it. It doesn't get any better than for these guys. Right, this spot is them. Here's their seat. Here's this. Here's the spot. So they're strategically placed. Like there's one dude sitting here. There's one right over there. There's one right over there. There's one right over there. Every time you see a triangle, you can count again. So I see a triangle. If it's just by itself, ignore it. Oh my God, look at this. This is the ultimate. So that goes up and touches that one. Okay, pretty amazing. X right there. Watch this. Holy moly. So all those leaning up right there, right? I have to do the play-by-play a little bit. Go into the sickest of tridents. Natural trident, of course. Natural. Nothing could possibly be except for that guy. He knows everything. His parents must have been special, and so must have his friends and his nursery school and his kindergarten and his high school. They must teach him the secrets of the world there. Because he's got it all figured out, yet he's looking at me for answers. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Lose. There is nobody. This is hypothetical. Lose your ego. So I never show them. I think it seems like everything's Bigfoot. Let me show you a place, like a really beautiful forest where they aren't. It's just that that's not what I do. I don't film forests where they're not. Maybe one day I'll do that. Like we gotten everything done, I'll be like, so guys, here's a forest where we find out like they're everywhere, like every foot. And I'm like, I'm looking for space where we could go where they're not. Well, there it is. There's not one sign. There's not one leaner. You see the difference? Just look around what you can see. I'm not showing you anything. Nothing. There's absolutely nothing. Like, even if they're nearby, like they put something, they lean something on the tree, they'll make a pile of sticks, like, something, but they're nowhere near. They're not marking this area. Nothing gets by me. The most discreet of markings I don't miss. In fact, those are the ones I look for. I like those places better. It's like, what are you trying to hide? Who do you think you're fooling? Nothing. You see any structures? Nothing. You don't see anything. The only thing you see is like dead. There's one or two dead trees that literally died of old age or whatever. They just died and then finally fell over 20 years later. Our dead trees don't even fall over. It takes like 20, 30 years, whatever the years is, for our dead trees to actually fall over. That's why I laugh when people think that wind blows over trees here. This isn't the state you live in. This is high elevation. Something you know nothing about. Why do people comment on things they don't know anything about? They're just using common sense, which is almost always, as we have found out, incorrect. Up there, where I just was, it's there is nothing. It's the whole place is empty until you get down. Then you get to the corner. This is markings. All that language tells you is who they are and where to go. But let me show you something. Let me show you how good, because all you see, you know me, I would never back up unless it was worth it, especially through this cloud of dust. Watch this. So just look at this forest. There's nothing, right? For miles and miles and miles. There's not even a leaner, right? I get here, I see the field goal, right? It's a trident field goal. And then watch this. It's amazing. I don't even know how I saw it. There's nothing in there until you get to this corner, and then so you know out there is good. That's how we found my Bigfoot worlds. Look. Where did it go? Oh yeah. You got to see that structure. That's amazing. Why would they do it right, like out of all of the places, they do it right there? Can I even show it to you? Oh yeah, right here. Watch this. Oh, make sure no one's behind me. There shouldn't be. I haven't seen someone all day. Leave it to me to back up the only second all day someone came. Watch this. So that's a Trident X. You see that? It's you can't really see the X part because it's a different color. It's actually a white aspen making the right side, but it's an absolutely incredible, perfect X. And it's a Trident at the top. And it's what's cool about, I know I normally wouldn't have shown you that because I show them to you all the time, but the fact that I saw nothing, and there's another unbelievable structure at the top up there as well. And then right here, you have this, they did this. Isn't that amazing how they literally tell you? There's nothing for miles and miles. Nothing. I mean, I'm talking, they literally don't exist there. And then you get here, look at them blocking. And then they'll give you the signs on the corner. 100%. It's a field marker Trident, in a way. It's a duodent. Unreal. You can see all the smoke. I think that's from Wyoming, that smoke. So go figure. Could not tell and would never have known in a million years, and I would never have looked back. That's the corner. So I'm showing you that structure that was like in there, and then the corner, which is somewhere over there, could not see any of those pine trees. They actually start down there. You see that? They were telling you that that's their Bigfoot world. Can you imagine? It's probably so good by the looks of that Trident X. Oh, God. You can't tell how steep that is, but it's steep. I got whistles. Tim, what came down there? Something with claws. Was running really fast. I wonder if he was chasing the deer. There's deer that came through here very recently. I can tell because you can see when they jumped way before that, so they were running, I think, because you can see the double paw landing marks on the other side. So it's possible that a mountain lion, I just got the best whistles ever, and they stopped abruptly. You should have heard it. That's the only reason this clip's running. See, he's skidding, and that's a lot of speed. He's running. It looks like they're being chased by something. Wow, look at this place. Where'd my whistles go? You guys, I got the best whistle ever. It was right up there. What happened? It just went silent. I swear to God. Oh well, that's the only reason I'm running this clip. I thought I was about to get the best whistles. I turned the camera on, they stopped immediately. There's a boulder up there. There's something. Oh yeah, see there's big time deer hunting here by predators. See the top one? That's how you know, right there. That's their spot right there. It's one of them where they're going to look at you. Look at this. They're everywhere. I'm trying to figure out if I should go up to this boulder up there. Look at the size of this weird boulder. It's on the steepest of hills. Look how steep it is. Let's do it. If it wasn't all marked up, I wouldn't go. Let me see if I can show you the boulder. See, it's at the very, very top of this little pyramid. It's got to be important. Let's go see. Strange as far as they just do, like, it's beautiful and uniform, but they also do it like, so if you didn't know it, you wouldn't be able to read it. You wouldn't notice anything unusual. But it's all there. See the X? It's actually a triangle X. They did that. But when you frame it out in the camera, it's obvious. But when you're just kind of walking through, like I can be a normal person sort of for like 4 seconds, just enough to remember that there's no way I would have ever known this without the information. You just walk right through. You'd never think that anything would bend trees. So here's where the whistles are, guys. Wait till you see this. Check this out. That bend, you guys, this is straight uphill. What is this? This has got to be right there. It's whatever angle that is, it's pretty freaking steep, like 70 degrees. I mean, that's 90, right? So it's like 65. Watch this. You guys, look at this being pulled up to the boulder. It was weird to see my camera shaking. And there's like a hut there. You're gonna watch this video just because I walked up this hill. Forget about learning about this subject. Just watch it because I walked up this hill. That's an X. It's rare to see a boulder so decorated. Look, you can't even get in there. Triangle. That's peeled from those three trees. It got peeled into a 65-degree angle and put on top of that boulder into some kind of hut. Okay, so let's go check that out. It's not a hut. It kind of looked like one from a distance. But is it blatant or what? Look at this. You guys, there's not one, it's two being peeled uphill. Remember, these are like rubber trees. You can see how they're not breaking? They don't fall, they don't come out of the ground. They don't get blown over by wind, and they certainly don't get bent and tucked uphill into a giant boulder at the top of a pyramid inside of a Bigfoot world. Whew. Look at this one more time. And then not only that, right? Look at that. There's 3. No, there's 4. And that one's a triangle. That one comes in there, it locks all together. Let's go look behind it. You can see where they walk. This thing has just been, it's just a 360. There's no way anything's approaching here. Oh wow, I can smell the smoke. It's all in here. I wonder why that's so, I wonder if it's why it's so cool. The freak is that? There's like a teepee up there. I said, I wonder if it's why it's so quiet out here, because even though I just got the best whistle I've ever gotten. Smoke in the Bigfoot world, like I can literally breathe it right now. You see it? It's been way worse, but I don't think it's enough to bother them, but it might be, and we don't know their systems. They're not us. They're immune, like I don't know. They might lose their minds over breathing, bad stuff. It may be why they hate us. Because we destroy everything on the earth. Not one thing hasn't been destroyed yet. And you expect them to welcome us with open arms? It's amazing how this all goes uphill. Here's a place I don't think anyone's ever been before. Look at the walkway. Isn't it amazing how all this is here, but you can walk right through it uphill? Don't forget X. I showed you before. Behind it is a bend. That's tucked, same thing I always show you. That moss looks like a face, doesn't it? There's a lot of smoke in here. See, in these pockets, the smoke is just sitting here. You see that? It's all smoke. That's a lot of smoke considering how far away it's coming from. This is smoke traveling at high altitude. Look at this place. Look over there, like little weird pieces of stuff. What the heck is that? It's a piece of wood, but it looks like a shark fin. Let's see where they come up here. Oh my God, this goes all through. You guys check this out. I gotta start over. This is amazing. Look at this spot on top of the pyramid. I thought the boulder was the top. It's not. The boulder's just on the way up and it has a little landing and the boulder's like right there. And then look, uphill, giant tree makes an X. Another one leaves the area, uphill. Right? Meets that one, goes up there. Meets that one, goes up there. Meets that one, goes up there. That one touches. You get the idea. The whole entire forest is connected to right here. Okay, you go to that one, which by the way, is sitting on top of an old stump. Not a cut one, just an old stump. Looks like it just rotted and broke there. The end's all funky, you can't see it. This is attached to that as well, which is then attached to that little one, which comes all the way back to here. So as long as you're in here, you're invisible. No one can see me right now, completely invisible. I have a feeling that magic staff, look at the corner. Look how blatant, guys. This is something special. You know how hard it is to find the best of this stuff? Look at that. It's so hard being me. Maybe something goes in here too. I wouldn't be surprised if it's them. Little ones. So check this out. Okay, so not only that, what I just showed you and more right there, there's something dug that out. It goes all the way that way too. All the way across. Here's your seat. He sits here like he's the king of the world. Okay, this dude's allowed to have an ego. He's a pimp. He did all this. If I was him, I'd sit here as the baddest mother effer in the forest, just like he probably does. Am I joking? No, I'm not. Look right there. I already am. I'm the toughest, most badass human in the whole world in this forest. Look at the end, it's an X. So after I showed you all that, it's an X on the end. See the black X? It's hidden, but it's an X. Blatant. Okay, it's just hidden. You gotta. What more do people want? It doesn't get any more blatant than this. You know what I mean? I have 10,000 pictures of them from video. What more do you want? How does your brain not work? We don't understand it. None of us that are watching this video understand you. Another one, uphill. We don't get how you're just so fooled by society and everything that you were taught. It makes no sense to us whatsoever. Feel kind of stupid, honestly. Feel, I don't care what school you graduated from. I don't care how much money you got. You have no clue to who you are and who this earth is. You live in an illusion. You're living a life of illusion. Blatant. Look at that. That's a triangle on there. So I get these, you guys, I'm talking as loud as could be. Unbelievable. And they just stopped. I pulled my camera out and they stopped immediately. See, that's why, like yesterday, I go out without a camera, because my life is a completely different story without a camera. Everything goes great. Not always. I definitely have days where nothing happens off the camera. But, so all of those things you heard about the camera, I'm here to tell you. You never hear me talking about it, but now I'm here to tell you it's 100%. Look how tweaked that thing is. And it was bent against gravity. No, I don't know about, like, forget about, I'm still not willing to swear to God on mechanical stuff. I just don't yet. I don't know if they can drain batteries. I don't know if they can. They seem to have some ability with energy, so that makes sense. And if they're so far ahead of us, you know, some of these things that seem so impossible to us are like nothing. You know, it's kind of, you just have to think back 200 or 300 years. Not even 200 years ago, we had nothing, absolutely nothing. Okay, and now look at us. You think we figured that all out by ourselves? You guys, come on. They give it to us because they want us to advance because of what they get from us. Every single tree here goes up the hill. By the way, that's the spot right at the top there. And it's a trident. They made their own trident. It's actually 2 tridents. I just smelled. It's weird. Among the fire smell, I just had an unexplainable odor. Look up that way. It wasn't bad either. It was just like a weird odor, straight up. Look how long that tree is. And it goes up the hill, completely defying gravity on about a 35 to 40% grade. It goes so far, I can't even film it. It just keeps going. That tree has got to be 150 feet long. Something like that. So some deer, I can see here too, it was multiple. Look at the, so here's the what I'm calling the pyramid where the boulder is. Look at the outskirts. I couldn't see it. Very discreet, like, stuff. Look at the little mini field goal. Like I show you on giant scale. There's no way that happened right there. It's not possible. It would just fell down like this, even though they did that. Whenever you see the perfect straight ones, they did it. Crossing. And then, to me, something's chasing that deer. Look at that. So they'll always block any easy access into their areas. Will always be blocked. It doesn't mean you couldn't crawl underneath it sometimes or walk around it. It just, you know, I don't understand it. It's part of what they do. But to me, in some roundabout way, it definitely is saying, like, look, don't come here, you know, or they do one thing. And I think, like, their patience is extreme, as far as I can tell. They have extreme patience. That's why they don't just cover the whole thing. It would look, you would just know, although I have seen it done once, where they covered the whole ravine perfectly. I was with Brandon. I don't think I put that footage up, actually, but I see they did that. Because they know over time, this is just going to disappear. There's like a valley here. It's just a natural valley, but it, you know, I'm sure that the game, the deer, the elk, the game, the deer, you know what I mean, come up that trail. People don't really walk into the forest in Colorado. It's weird. The only people that do are people like us. No one goes off trail. I've never seen a person in my lifetime off trail in Colorado. Really cool spot. That's a seat right there. Look at that. The master. I'm telling you, these dudes are like pimps. One time, years ago. Oh, Mark thinks his Bigfoots are special. He wants his Bigfoots to be as equal as mine. He, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how psycho he is. Your Bigfoots aren't even close to my Bigfoots, okay? I'm just kidding. Right there. He has to understand, the best of them, the most elite, the ones with the special powers, the tribal ones. Look at these rocks. They've all been laid there at some point or another in history. All have the best places. And trust me, they're not where he is, okay? This is a guy that attacked me for no reason and then tried to be my friend later when I blew up. You know what I mean? Go jump in a lake. You can't film this. You don't know the language. You don't know the structures, okay? And if you do now, it's only for one reason. Because of me, right there. Do I sound like a jerk? Maybe, but you know what? You don't get it. You don't know what I go through over the years of just psychotic people attacking that don't understand the subject. And then they realize a year later that I'm the best there is. And then they come running, you know, because they don't want to be left out. Well, you should have listened to me to begin with. I'm a trustworthy person. Like, in other words, I'll trust you almost with my life right away, because that's just the way I am. And I've been let down so many times doing that, you know, like just trusting people, but I refuse to update to the current psychotic idiots, I have to say it, in this world. I will always be a handshake type of guy. My word will always be gold. I will never break it. And I will never attack somebody that's kicking my ass in this. In fact, it'll be the opposite. I'd be like, you guys know that guy Colorado Bigfoot? He's like, my best friend now. I don't know. He's over here right now. That's how you get it done, guys. Do you think if someone wants to be an actor in Hollywood that they go right away and attack Brad Pitt? Of course not. You become his best friend. That's how you do it, guys. Okay? I give up. Structure. Blade. It's pretty cool. just by accident. They weren't even together. Look behind. Just look behind. It's uncharted territory. It's chartered, but it's not. It's still on something. You can't come in there. There's a river, a real flowing river. It's like a real river that's in between. You could walk across it. It's not where you would die, but you'd be real wet. And then there's only one way through. One day I'll do it. I want to go in behind. I'll never end up on top. So let's do a couple zooms. You guys remember this spot? What I filmed on the journey behind there. They're actually right in the, I mean, I've never saw them there, but I'm going based on the video. Not the day I went in there, but before. I'm like, I gotta go over there, I gotta go over there. Gail, I know you remember this spot. Because you're one of the one that got the timestamps there. And, see the V? All you have to do is look for the V. That's it. They did that. Okay? That's the subtle one. It's a way to blend it in where a regular person would never know. And then you got your leaner. Okay? It's not an accident. Once you know their language, you will then know for an absolute beyond fact that nothing's an accident. Like, well, you'll know what is and what isn't. Put it that way. It's very simple. And then if you get to my level, you'll know, which a lot of people probably are getting damn close. You know, you don't miss anything. Then you can really start to read the stuff that anyone else in the world would be like, I don't know, it looks like it is. You know, like, I'm not sure. Knowing me and following me, at very minimum, eliminates any of that. So I'm here to get you to the point where you don't have to wonder. You don't have to wonder if that, if you just ask me, I can tell you if any picture in the world is real or not. So just real quick, again, leaner, right? This is the stuff that it's going to trick almost everyone. There's your perfect V, which is a fork. Okay, it's actually a V. It's part of their system, part of their language. And then I wanted to show you the X. Another very discreet X. I can't really zoom on it. It's right there. See the white X back there? And there they are, right there, right on the side of the highway.